less than what it is today. Women would usually die in the 20s. Okay, this was one of the biggest reasons why they would get married to girls when they were young, right? When they would be young, 10, 11, 12 was normal for British men to do that. Okay, why? Men would be in the 20s, in the mid-20s, and they would be getting married to a girl who would be 11, 12, or 10, right? Because they knew that this girl or this woman I am marrying may not survive. And I can give you a number of examples.
I'm not disagreeing you on any of these things.
So this was one of their rationalities to do what they were doing.
Right.
Plus, they were not inspired. They were not inspired.
There's no disagreement here. Yeah. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying it happened.
Now we're coming to morality. Very good. Right. We are liberal, secular morality. Okay. What if moralities change 20 years later? Will you then look back and say, well, people who lived before us? Because we go by our standards. We live today, and we live by our established standards. I agree with you 100%. Today we don't do it. I have daughters. I would never get them married at 12, 13, 14. Never. You know why? Because we don't that. Not that.
Because it's
people.
Wrong.
No. Wait.
So it's right. If the need is there, it's right.
Listen to me carefully.
If the need is there, you're saying it's right.
No, don't put words in my mouth. You know.
Context changes everything.
I believe a girl may reach puberty or marriageable age at 13, 14. I believe that. But that doesn't mean that she should get married at that age. Wait, no. Yes, possible. It's possible. You know in Britain today, are you aware, in Britain today, girls as young as 9 and 10 and 11 are having sex in parks on weekends?
Disgusting.
Are you aware? It's disgusting, of course. Of course we agree.
Now,
Do you know it's happening today?
Yeah.
Today's Sunday, yesterday was Saturday. I can tell you with confidence, hundreds of thousands, if not, look, I'm not going to go to that number. No, I would say easily hundreds
right.
throughout Britain.
Right.
From the northernmost tip of Scotland to the southernmost point of Britain. I'm telling you, hundreds of girls aged 9, 10, 11, 12 were having sex on the weekend with boys their age or possibly a bit older than them, right? Do you accept that? Do you think that's a possibility? Do you think that's happening? Okay. So why are these girls having sex? I'm not saying they're having sex and this is right or this should be done. This is absolutely abhorrent. I don't like it. I hate it. It is immoral. It is wrong. It's very clear.
It's wrong.
Because today.
The Prophet did it.
No. Wait.
So why is that okay?
No. For their time, for their standards, for their culture, for their circumstances, it was perfectly right. It was moral. It was definitely moral for them to do so because of life expectancy, because of the other issues they had. It was culturally the norm. They didn't see it. Let me tell you something very quickly. No one argued about it. It wasn't an issue. I'll tell you why.
As with slavery.
No.
The vast majority.
You're wrong about this. You don't know what you're talking about. Slavery.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Slavery in the 17th century. Yes. In the 17th century, people like William Wilberforce and others were fighting
against it.
Absolutely.
The north of America. Totally against it.
Yes,
wonderful.
I agree.
200 years after the 15th century,
you made a very good point there. North of America was terribly against it. Was the North of America at the time terribly against the age of consent for girls?
Morality.
Pin drop silence.
No.
Pin drop silence. You know why? You know why?
Morality.
You don't know what you're talking about.
No, I know exactly
you have no idea what you're talking about. History is a very interesting subject. It doesn't work in blacks and whites. It doesn't work in black and white. It works with nuances.
Yes, but
there are nuances.
Morality does work in black and white.
They did not agree with you. For them, it was perfectly fine. It was not like the question of slavery. Your morality is conditioned. You are a Christian, right?
Yes.
You're a Christian.
Yeah.
Your morality, your current morality is conditioned by liberal secular values. If you were a Christian living in Britain in the 19th century or in the 18th century, you would be getting married to a girl who was 7, 8, 9. You. What's your name?
No one needs to know my name.
Okay. I'll call you Joe. Joe. I'll call you Joe. Joe, a Christian living in the 19th century in Britain, would be happily getting married to a 10 years old or a 9-year-old
And
girl.
that would be
Okay,
immoral.
and that would be
No,
for them it was not immoral. It was not like slavery. They knew.
We're going around in circles.
We're disagreeing on something fundamental, and we're not getting to the bottom of it. Our point is that morality is transcendent.
Are you a Christian as well?
No,
You're not a
I'm
Christian.
not religious. That
Are you
something-
an atheist?
No, something.
Agnostic.
Yeah.
Are you
Something-
agnostic?
Yeah, I suppose.
Okay.
Something is wrong or right throughout time.
No,
And
it's
you
not.
can-
It doesn't work like that.
And you can pinpoint something that's something that you can decide is wrong or right.
It doesn't work
And at
like
the
that.
time, it can be considered differently, but ultimately, something is either just or unjust. It's
I'll
wrong
ask you,
or right.
as an agnostic, you're saying something that's wrong is wrong throughout time. Okay. Do you think having sex with animals is wrong today? Tell me clearly.
Yes.
Okay, 20 years down
Big
the
fan,
line,
yes.
20 years down the line, I can see it legalized in Europe.
Ooh, I can,
Okay,
yeah.
would you look back when you're 40 years old
Still
and say,
wrong, still
say,
wrong,
still wrong?
Because
Why?
okay,
Why? Who are you?
I see
Who
the-
are you to
I
tell
see the
people?
point- I see
Huh?
the point you're making.
It's legal in Belgium. I don't know.
Yes, in Germany, I think it's
No.
General shit,
No.
you know.
There are brothels, but I don't know if it's legal. I don't know if it's legal. There are brothels. These are hidden brothels. Okay, where
Yeah,
people
I get what you're
people
saying
go and
from-
have sex with sheep and ponies.
you
and,
know, obviously,
and sometimes they put lipstick on them.
We,
as
we
well.
all agree that that's a borrow. Come on, let's just move on. We all agree that it's not a topic of
No,
debate.
what do you mean? Hello.
on.
No, the
Okay.
point he's
Okay,
making
wait,
is that
wait,
we can
wait.
easily
Now, I have
say
a very
now-
good question for a Christian here.
Wrong.
Do you think
Go on.
homosexuality is moral?
No.
No. But today is fine. Do you think it's wrong? Do you think it's evil? Now you guys are stuck. You guys are stuck.
No.
They were
I said
united.
no.
Okay.
How am I stuck? Go on, please.
No, you're stuck because he's not agreeing with you.
He's an agnostic.
Okay, I know. That's why I asked him
We
that
have
question.
differing
I know.
fundamental beliefs.
Yeah. So to you, something is right today.
Yeah.
Okay. Something is wrong.
I don't know. It's
to
hard.
him
I don't
today, right? So likewise, standards change from person to person, religion to religion, culture to culture, from
But
time
you
to
believe
time.
that Islam has the correct standards and correct morality.
100%.
Therefore, you acknowledge that there is a correct morality out there.
Yes.
You think it's yours. I
Yes.
think it's mine.
Yes.
He thinks it's his.
Yes.
We agreed on.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, as you agree that morality is objective in your ideology,
Yes.
in your mind, then surely it has to be objective throughout time.
Why am I holding this? There's no rain.
Yeah, there's no rain.
I'm holding.
Time shouldn't change your morals.
Yes.
Or your understanding of the morals.
Yes, I agree.
Right, okay.
I agree. But the application of morals can change. It can change. For example, our Prophet, whose umbrella is this? Whose umbrella is this?
Sure, brother.
Is this a donation to me? Huh? Okay. Okay.
Can I make a quick point?
Yeah, you can, please. Yeah,
Okay,
go
so
ahead.
if we're talking about application of morals, right? Now, one of your arguments of rationalities used in the past to justify having sex with what we now call
Oh,
minors.
morality, not rationality, morality. Christian morality has changed. Do you agree? It has shifted.
No, see, this is another point of yours from the
Christian.
discussion earlier that I actually disagree with. The way that you were saying that how Britain is a Christian country and pre-1880s,
Okay.
it was valid to
Okay.
hold up.
Forget
hold
Britain.
Up. Can I
Forget
give
Britain.
you? No,
For the last-
we can use America as well, any other Christian
No,
country.
no.
I want to put forward
Tell
an
me,
argument.
tell me where there were real Christians in the world pre-19th century. We can talk about them.
As throughout history, very, very sparse.
Okay, give me one example.
Honestly, throughout history, one country that has adopted a government and rules and
Give me a
political system
society.
that is truly
Give me a
Christian,
society.
truly Christian.
Yeah.
None. None.
None. So
None.
you are an extremist.
Yeah.
You believe none of the people who lived before you were Christian. You know why? You know,
No,
I'll tell-
no. When
I'll
did I
tell
say
you
that?
why.
I said none of the governmental or
you will
political
not
systems.
you will not be able to defend their actions, which they did or committed by their standards.
Now listen to me.
You are an extremist,
No.
and there will be Christians
I-
like you. There will be Christians like you a century later who will condemn you
Adnan,
for
can I-
believing that homosexuality is
Go on.
immoral.
100%.
For believing because they will change their morality.
Adnan,
They will
Christians,
accept.
there are Christians now that would condemn me for that.
Okay.
Okay? So I am in agreement with you. Now listen, just because a country or political system takes on the name of an ideology does not mean its actions are representative of that ideology.
Thank you for making my point. Thank you for making
No,
my point.
I'm agreeing with you in this.
Just
In the
because,
same way that
just,
there be
just
so-called
because
Islam-
liberal secular democracies have a particular way of thinking or a particular system to live by doesn't mean that doesn't mean that their standard or their morality is perfect.
Now, what I'm
we
saying-
may agree with their morality, we may agree with some of the points they make, but doesn't mean that they can dictate morality to the rest of the planet. It doesn't mean that, right? But you are directly influenced by liberal, secular way of thinking, right? Because it is this liberal, secular way.
Sir. So are you.
No, I'm not.
I explain to you why you're not?
I stand by Islamic morality.
And I explain to you why you're not.
Yeah.
Now, I have strong reason to believe that if you were born and raised up in, Saudi Arabia, for example, as a country, right? I have strong reason to believe that your version of Islam, your interpretation of Islam would potentially be slightly more extreme. Extreme. I'm using extreme as a word. You know exactly what I mean.
Give me an example of extreme.
The cutting off of hands for certain crimes in Saudi Arabia.
All Muslims believe that. All Muslims believe. It's in the Quran. It's in the Quran. A thief who steals a certain amount of wealth from people, who's a professional thief, would be punished in this way.
Right, okay.
All Muslims read that in the Quran. It's in the Quran. It's not because I'm saying it. It's in the Quran. So all Muslims believe that to be a valid form of punishment. Of course, others disagree. Others call it barbaric.
Okay,
Others, Christians who were doing worse things, by the way, in the past. Because you see, what you have to understand is Christians change their morality. They're like chameleon lizards.
Incorrect.
They change their colors with times. They change their clothes with times. They change their moral values with times. Christian morality, pre-19th century, was perfectly fine with getting married to younger women. In fact, the Bible to this day encourages that idea. Bible encourages, in clear words, get married to younger women, virgins.
Adnan.
You can be a virgin and not a child.
Yes, I agree, but the Bible says child. It says a child.
Shake their heads and all. Adnan.
And there's nothing in Islam like that. There's nothing in Islam like that. The Bible says child.
Adnan.
In the book of Numbers, chapter 31, verse 17 and 18, God commanded Moses to kill all women who have known men.
I'm not a Christian, bro.
I know you're not a Christian, but I'm telling you, I'm clarifying my position.
Right.
So Christians, even today, they don't read the Bible carefully. If they did, they wouldn't be liberal, secular Christians. They wouldn't be.
Hey, I'm one of the most conservative Christians I know, so don't point at me when you say that.
Okay, good.
I said one of the most.
You are a conservative Christian. You are a conservative, which is great. Do you stand by those verses? And believe,
I stand by those verses?
Yeah, believe them to be morally valid today.
In all honesty, those particular verses, I have to go and read them myself. I have to understand what the
I'll
Hebrew
quote
says.
them word by word.
No. But you have to understand, right? There's a context as well to all verses.
What's the context in killing women who have not known men and keep younger women, children, young child women? It says child women. I don't know. It says it's oxymoron, child women. Okay. It says, according to the King James translation, keep women, children for yourselves. And do what with them? Do what with them?
It doesn't so.
It does. Hatun read the passages later on. Take them to your homes, shave their heads off, because they've been dishonored, and keep them as your wives.
Right.
And no consent. No consent. You don't ask them, are you okay? Are you fine? Do you stand by that morality today?
Like I said, I have to read these verses myself. It's the first.
If what I'm saying is true, if what I'm saying is true, are you going to take your shahada next week?
But you were there when Hatun
God willing, never.
You were there.
Never.
God willing.
Never say never. Never say never.
Never.
Never say never.
Man.
What if Islam is true?
Jesus has my
What
heart,
if
bro.
Islam is true?
Huh?
What if Islam is true? What if Islam is true? It's a big if.
I know as strongly as you believe that it's true.
I'm
I
saying
believe it's
on
not
camera,
true.
if Christianity, as you believe in it, is true, I want to be a Christian.
Amen,
I'm saying,
man.
I'm so brave.
Come to church.
Are you
next
brave
Sunday,
enough to say
man.
that? Are you brave enough to say that about Islam? If Islam is true, I want to be a Muslim. Can you say that? Can you say that?
So when you say if
I'm
something
so
is true,
confident
you
about
acknowledge.
Islam. I can say that confidently. If
Confident.
Christianity, as you believe in it today, is true, I want to be a Christian.
Language. To say if something is true implies you believe that there is a possibility that it's true in the first place. Otherwise, you would not make such a statement.
Okay. Anyway,
So
coming
therefore,
back
you acknowledge
to
the possibility that
anyway.
Christianity is true. So I appreciate
Got you on
that.
one.
how?
It's English
How?
language, Adnan.
Okay.
English language.
Teach me,
Use the
please.
word.
It's not my first language. Teach me.
No worries, it's not mine either. Now, to use the word if you say if this is true
Yes,
or if
it's an
this
if,
is
yes.
false,
It's in a big-
it implies, by implication, that you believe that there's a possibility of that statement or purported
No,
fact
not
being
necessarily.
true or false.
Not necessarily, because
It does.
if is used, if is also used to
as hyperbole, you're saying?
Yes, exactly.
Right, if you're
Exactly.
using it in-
Hypothetically, a hypothesis can be false, can be right. Yes. Yes?
No.
So-
Hypothesis cannot be
So
true.
hypothetically,
if you know for a fact that
hypothetically,
it's false.
if Christianity is true, I want to be on the side of truth.
No worries.
Okay. So the point now, coming back to morality.
Yeah, we're arguing back
Do
on
you,
these
do you support that biblical morality today? You don't. I know you would find it very difficult to stand by that.
Yeah, go on.
Right. For example, God commanding Moses to commit atrocities against women, kill women that have known men, and keep women, children for yourselves. To take them into your house.
I'm telling you in no uncertain terms that I know that my God will not command me to keep.
Well, your
women-
God did command that.
Me, saying me right now today.
Okay,
So
but
me personally,
when He did command it,
morality,
was it okay then?
at that point, God knows.
So why can't you accept?
I'm saying
Why
I
can't
don't-
you accept
I'm
that
saying I don't-
younger
I'm
marriages?
saying I don't
Why
know-
can't you accept?
I'm saying I don't know the historical context of that verse.
Okay.
I don't know.
So now you want to know the historical
The
context.
Hebrew behind it. The Hebrew behind
Very
it.
good.
What are the actual words? We're using English.
Now that
translation.
you are put in the corner,
When-
you
no, no,
want
no,
to
listen.
understand the historical context.
have to
but
understand
when it
one
comes
thing.
to Muhammad
Adnan.
and other humans until the end of the 19th century getting married to younger women, you don't want to understand
You're
the
not
historical
hearing me
context.
out. You're not hearing me
Yes,
out.
yes.
You have to understand, right? That Muslims, when you guys
Oh my
read the
God,
Quran,
I'm receiving a call. Sorry.
No, it's different.
1 second. Hello? It's from South Africa.
That's fine.
Wa alaikum salam. You want to put me on? You want to put me on? Okay, I'm fine. So are we going to do it via phone? We're going to do it via this phone call, yes? Okay guys, I'm sorry I have to go. This is a live radio program in South Africa. I'm going live
No, no, no
on
problem.
radio. It was very nice talking
Take
to
care.
you
No problem.
to end the discussion.
No worries, man. Take care.
Okay, nice.